ask you, how is Uzma doing right now?
Alhamdulillah, Uzma is doing good, and she got A plus in her school grades in final marking period also, and total overall she got A plus in English. So even
Amazing.
her teachers are also impressed by her, and they are giving good reviews about her also.
Amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. So happy to hear that. In fact, I'll show you how much she is progressing with us also. Can I go forward and share my screen?
Sure, sure.
All right. So, can you see my screen, Mrs.
Mm,
Seema?
I can, yeah.
All right. All right. All right. So, let's go to language first.
Mm-hmm.
And if we go to language, you will
Mm-hmm.
be able to see that for grade K to grade 3, she had started with a proficiency of 100%. And right now, also, she is at 100. So we
Mm-hmm.
had not worked on that. It was all 100 and it was set. Coming to grade 4, we had started with a 78% proficiency,
Mm-hmm.
but I gave her some lessons. There were some
Mm-hmm.
lessons which were less than 85%, and I
Mm-hmm.
wanted her to work on them. So
Okay.
after working, maybe she got some of them incorrect because there was a period of time when she was rushing through her assignments. So I'm talking about that period of time. But recently, there is an amazing change that I have seen in her.
Mm-hmm.
She has been working on her assignments. All right. She has
Okay.
been really, really working on her assignments. And if you
Right.
see, we have been able to cover up all her skill gaps here. If you see for grade 5, we had started with a 68%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there has been a 32% increase in the skill gap. And it is right now at 100%. So, Mrs. Seema, are you aware of the knowledge gaps, the skill gaps that we
Of
generally
course,
cover?
yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Right?
I saw
So,
this about, So what I observed is, yeah, she has to improve in kind of language part, in the what you call that proverbs, parts of speech part. She's little bit here and there in that subjects, as well as in her last marking period, her schoolwork was so high, and what do you say that full of projects for her. She's not into anything, like she's fully focused on her school things. So probably
right,
she can't able to concentrate on 98 percentile, even in math also, in any English and
right.
math both. So she has so many pending works. Once she's done with her school and everything, now she's relaxed and she's feeling free, and she's now putting her effort to do all the assignments which are pending for her.
That's right. She really is putting her efforts, and that is visible. I'll show you how. Because, for grade 6, we are also at 100 because we'd started with 50%. So these skill gaps are not covered until and unless the child is working on the assignments. Right. So, can
Oh,
you imagine how hard she has been working on her assignments so that she was able to take up this 50 to 100, from
that's nice of
68 to
you to
100?
mention that, Miss Rachana, about that. This point, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
It is, it is. And if you see for grade 7 right now, we are at 78%. But if she continues to work like this, it's just like 2 months or something, we'll get this covered and take it to 100. It will be as easy as anything. Okay. Let me show you the grades that she has been getting, the scores for every assignments that she's been getting. If you see, you will see mostly with hundreds and 80 up, right?
Right,
Some
right.
of them are 60, and when in class we do an assignment, right after that we go for an assignment review. We show the student where exactly they went incorrect with, and we re-explain the topic, and then we reassign the topic to them. Let's
Right.
suppose take this lesson, we will be able to see which questions they went incorrect with, right? And after making them understand that, Uzma, you've gone incorrect with this part, and we need to be more clear about this part. We explain
Right.
the whole topic, and then we reassign the lesson so that the child can work on it on her own. All right. So she has been working on all these lessons. And if you see, she had started with 75, 70, 80, 85, 70, 67. Right now, the latest scores for two of her assignments are 100. Okay.
Right.
Coming to her reading now. Let's go to her reading.
I have one question before you start reading.
Yes, please,
The one
please,
you
please
show
tell.
me just now, the one you show me just now. Uh,
Yes.
yeah. What was that? You go ahead. I just confused to ask that
It's
question.
okay. It's okay. We have time. Whenever you remember, you can tell me. No
Right.
problem. Let's go to reading skills.
Yeah, yeah,
If
that
you
one.
see, she
I
has.
just remembered. You told me just now
Yes.
that when a kid get mistakes, you will have the explanation. Is that
Right.
explanation comes when you did the mistake immediately, or she has to go and check that mistake? How does it go?
So on Moby Max, what happens is whenever she is taking a question, she will have four options. She will have the question, she will
Hmm,
have four options to it.
right,
Okay. Once she clicks on one option, and suppose if it's correct, it will show a green arrow. Okay.
right. Uh-huh.
Once, if the question is incorrect, she has answered incorrectly, it will show her the answer there itself. Okay,
Oh,
that this is not correct and this is the correct explanation. Again, that is just the first part. The second part, when I'm reviewing the work, we do the review part for every student in the last 10 minutes. Okay, so even in the review part, when I am reviewing the questions for her, just like this, if you see, let me go to language. So when I'm reviewing the questions for her, suppose for
mm,
this one, I'll go to her dashboard. I'll tell her, Uzma,
mm,
it's like click on all the words that make up the infinitive phrase in this sentence below. So what
right,
is exactly a phrase? I'll make her understand what a phrase is and how to identify the phrase here. Okay,
right,
so that in the next question, you see she has gone incorrect with. Now I'll
mhm,
ask her that can you identify from here? I'll see her analyzing ability if she can identify from here. Okay, after explaining this, we'll reassign this topic. If you see, I put it as RE. Whenever I
really?
reassign a topic, I put it as RE and the date. So she will
Mm,
have the opportunity to work on this one question at home and take up her scores, not only take up her scores, but understand the concept. Whenever we are redoing something a second time, it is always getting jotted to our minds, right? So this is the purpose of it.
got you. It's very nice, actually. It's very nice.
Right.
Mm,
Thank you so much. Can I go to reading now?
sure, sure.
All right. So, coming to reading, you see she has even better proficiency in reading because right now she had started with 100% for grade 4. So, it is right now at 100 again. So, we have been working on grade 5, 6, and 7.
Mm-hmm.
For grade 5, she had started with a 0% proficiency, and right now it's a 98%. Okay, so there has been a 98% improvement in her proficiency. Coming to grade 6, we had started with 0%, and right now it's a 100% proficiency. So we had been going through the topics. You might ask me what exactly the topics has she been doing. Now,
Sure.
you know that we follow the Common Core standards of the US schools, right? Whatever she's doing in school, we are repeating the same topics to her and we are checking for skill gaps. So these were the lessons we have done together
Oh,
and she has 100% in all of them.
oh,
Okay. So for grade 6, we are all covered. For grade 7, we are right now at an 85%. We are working on it as a teamwork. We had started with 0%, right now it's an 85%. And very soon I'll be able to cover this up to 100, even prior to the language performance. Because if you see for language, we need to work on a little bit more. It's a
okay.
78%,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Right.
for reading,
Just
it's
85.
an 85%,
Mm-hmm.
right? And coming to the lessons, she has been doing all these lessons because she has been doing it all these lessons. You know, the last day she worked on it, I
Mm,
told her that do not work on so many lessons together
mm,
because she gave me a word that Miss Rachna, I'll complete all the assignments before the next class. She worked on all these assignments before joining me and on that particular day.
mm-hmm.
So some of them have hundreds and 80s, but some of them also has a 25
You're
and
right.
30.
Right.
The
Mm.
reason behind this is we have given less time to these lessons. Okay.
Oh,
Now, each one of the lessons should be given at least 15 to 20 minutes. Because
Mm,
for reading itself, we take around 5 minutes, right?
mm,
So for reading lessons, at least 20 minutes should be given to each lesson. So if you see she has completed so many lessons, so can you imagine how much little time she has given per lesson? That is
that's
the reason the
mm,
scores have been coming down. But if you
right.
see for these last lessons, it's 100%, 100, and
Mm,
100,
mm.
80s. Because she has given time to this. Right. So she's very obedient. Apart from that, talking about any other issues, I have nothing because it's all positive from my end.
Thank you so
Right.
much for this positive response, Ms. Rachana. And the I like the way you explained couple of things which I never knew. I will tell that Uzma also to check that also. And one more thing, the purpose of today's coming is also next week we are going for India for vacation. So probably
Okay.
Uzma will be not attending the classes for 2 months. So I sent an email to you
Okay.
also, so that she will be
All
attending
right.
the recording classes of yours most probably.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
She
Thank you
may
so much for notifying that.
sure, sure. After recording classes, she may do the homeworks and whatever it is we are gonna give. Is it possible for you, like in the weekends or in the Friday classes, to have the one-on-one session to finish if she's missed anything, if she have any doubts or anything?
Definitely, definitely, we can arrange for that. Definitely, we can go forward with that. I'll just have a talk with my team and send you the detailed email
Mhm.
right to your email ID by the day after tomorrow. Is
Okay.
that fine with you?
Sure, sure.
Latest
And
by day after tomorrow, I'll send you an email regarding all of the doubts that you told me. Okay.
oh,
Regarding the times and your availability, because even your availability has to be checked, right? So when you are available for the catch ups and everything. So, yes, definitely we can arrange for that.
okay. May I
Okay.
know